what would your thoughts be if the Mets decided to give Carlos Beltran an opportunity to be the bench coach under Carlos Mendoza?
Honestly, I would like it. I think Beltran has been one of those guys that, number one, he played in a lot of different places throughout his career, and it always felt like he drew a lot of respect wherever he went. I think that really says something about the player. And I don't think, and I know you read David Wright's book, Joe, by Anthony DiComo. There was a really good chapter in there specifically on when Beltran came to the team and the kind of effect that Beltran had on Wright in the offseason, not like just in the dugout and everything leading up to that. So it's just Beltran is that kind of figure in the sport that I think young players are very comfortable with him. And to be fair, it's one of those situations where we don't know how Beltran would have been as a manager if that continued onwards. But being a bench coach gives you a lot of experience. It's the pathway a lot of guys take to getting that experience before they take that next step. So maybe if Beltran wants that, it's the next step for him. Here's the problem, though, with it, Joe. The problem with it is, and the Mets might not care about this, but just to raise one issue to it, the first losing streak the Mets have, it is low-hanging fruit for the portion of the fan base to be yelling to fire Carlos Mendoza because Carlos Beltran is in the dugout. Whether that's fair or not, when you put that, like how many times, Joe, did you hear people say this year, fire Carlos Mendoza and just promote John Gibbons? Almost never, right? But when Carlos Beltran is in the dugout, and that might not matter, right? Because some organizations can just tune out the outside noise, but there might be people in the organization that go, I wouldn't love Mendoza to have to deal with that all year every time we deal with adversity, because there is already a portion of this fan base that didn't want Mendoza back this year, whether that's fair or not. So I don't know how much that matters, Joe, but that is my only glass half empty look at it.
That is something they're going to have to balance in filling this job. You want to make sure Carlos Mendoza feels secure in his job. You don't want it to be too secure that nothing could go wrong, but you don't want it to get to the point, like you said, that there's someone next to him that is just so much clearly the guy if there's a bad losing streak or a bad stretch. So it'll be interesting to see how they pursue that job specifically. But I think Carlos Beltran, of course, has a great relationship with the Mets organization. He works as a special assistant. So that's one I don't think I'd rule out.